Hi, this is Joe Gailey, and I want to welcome you to another one of our educational webcasts about divorce and business, what the business owner can expect during a divorce litigation. Now, today we're going to talk about alimony and what effects the business may have upon that. Alimony, as your family lawyer has undoubtedly already explained to you, alimony is dependent upon the needs of one spouse and the ability of the other spouse to pay. So it behooves the requesting spouse to increase your income, and it behooves the paying spouse to decrease their income. Now, this has an effect upon your business. We talked previously about all the discovery and all the financial information. Well, many times, in fact, in all circumstances, the courts look at income, an income tax return, or income that you've stated under oath in your initial disclosures, or income you've discussed in your deposition. But you can only pay alimony out of your cash flow. And income and cash flow is not the same thing. Let me give you a very simple for instance. Let's say that you purchased your business and that you're making $100,000 a year out of your business, but you're paying $25,000 a year in notes on the business to pay for it. Well, your income is going to look like you're making $100,000, whereas your cash flow is only $75,000. And this can have a very, very distinct effect on the amount of alimony that you're going to be ordered to pay. It also works the other way. Your income includes deductions for depreciation for business equipment that you don't necessarily have to pay. So depreciation can increase your net cash flow and can make your $100,000 income actually be $150,000 income. That needs to be understood by you and by your family lawyer, and you may have to engage in an educational process for the lawyer on the other side to let them know that income does not necessarily mean free cash flow. Now, a related topic is the tax deductibility of alimony. As of 2019, it is no longer tax deductible, and this is a major shift because it has been tax deductible for decades before now. Jurors and judges and lawyers in general have a hard time understanding taxation. Let me explain and give you a very simple example of how this can make a difference. Let's say that you're making $100,000 a year, and the jury splits it and says that you need to pay $50,000 to your wife and you get to keep $50,000. They think that they've acted right down the middle and they've been fair. However, all of the taxes have to come out of your $50,000. So if you're in a 25% tax bracket, as would not be unusual for a small business owner, you would only have $75,000 left after taxes, and you'd have to pay $50,000 to the wife, and you'd only have $25,000 for yourself. So all of this has to be explained. If you do get to a jury trial, you'll need someone to explain this to them. We're going to have a separate segment on expert witnesses, and many times you use an expert witness in this instance to explain these things to a jury. But even before you get to a jury, it's going to be incumbent upon you and your family lawyer to fully understand this and to try to educate the other side about it. And you may need to know, you may want to argue that your cash flow is far less than your income. Conversely, you may not want to even approach the subject if your free cash flow is far more than your income. So this is something that you really need to discuss intently with your family lawyer. You don't falsify records, you produce all the records in their entirety as you're ordered to do. But that doesn't mean that you can't develop a strategy of using that information to your benefit during the negotiating settlement process as well as later on at trial, if in fact the case does go to trial. I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of our webcast and ask you to please continue to watch for other areas of interest to a small business owner undergoing discovery. As always, you can send any questions or comments you may have to the email you see. Thank you.